At some point, I quietly stopped doing DIY content. My name was DIY with KB, and slowly I morphed into something that was not that. And do you want to know the reason why? It's because I thought I wasn't skilled enough. I thought I wasn't good enough. I was comparing myself to all of these people. I said, you are not Bob the Builder, so get out of here. And that was the wrong way to think about things. So today I'm diving back in. We're in a new city, in a new apartment. Everything has changed, and change for a lot of people can be scary. And I was gonna let it be scary, but we're going to let it be an amazing thing. And we're going to explore all the nuances of it through DIY today. Bye house. So this is probably my craziest idea yet. It's so good. This looks stupid. This is the moment of truth. This entire project has just been me winging it. Now you're probably thinking, Kiva, that sounds so dramatic, but this is very much so an emotional experience for me. Interior design is so emotionally charged, and there are so many feelings that should underlie the way that you're decorating your home. And if you're finding that that's not the case, I want you to pause and think to yourself, am I decorating for myself, or am I decorating just for trends? Am I decorating just to keep up appearances? And then reflect on that. I actually just wrote an entire Substack article about this, but it was about the idea that people always say to me, Kiva, I could never have you over to my home because you would judge me. And I said to them, I wouldn't think twice about your home. Unless you were paying me to think about your home, I don't judge people's homes, because your home is a reflection of your journey and your life's experiences. And I find that the home is almost like a way that people deal with like their trauma and the things that they cannot verbally articulate. And that is kind of how I'm feeling. Lots of mixed emotions. So I feel like in episode 1, I was like all over the place, but I'm actually like really loving the city. I'm having a really nice time. I'm enjoying being here. I have not made not one friend yet, but I also haven't tried. But you don't need my life story. This is a place where I'm trying to reclaim the things that I lost because of all of the mental things that I was allowing to hold me back. So one of those major things is DIY, because I feel like if I can set my intentions and, you know, be imaginative and come up with an idea, then I really can do anything. This is what it's looking like, and I'm actually not mad at it. I needed it to dry, because when it wasn't dry, I absolutely hated it. And I got really frustrated because I was trying to configure like how I was going to illuminate it with the plug. I got too frustrated that I was going to abandon the entire project and like abandon the YouTube video, and I was like, girl, let's calm down. So I got these, which are rechargeable light bulbs, USB rechargeable. So it just fits kind of like in the middle there. Perfect. And then I can add another brace in the middle. I cut it in my schematics. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I think I'm gonna make a new shade. I'm waiting for the shoji paper to come, but the lamp base itself I love, and I'm really proud of myself for that. So we just got here. Say hello. We're gonna look around. We already saw some vendors, and we got every single light on the way here. So that means we're gonna fare well. That seems like good luck. But I'm looking for some art because I'm trying to do a gallery wall in the apartment that obviously I'll take to the next place. I saw a lot of comments on my last video being like, what are you gonna do with all this stuff? Or like, why are you doing this? But like, I'm still gonna have a house, and the house is much bigger than the apartment. So I'll just take all the stuff from here and put it in the new house. So it's not like a waste. So product number 1 is making this wall sculpture that you see here. It is like a hanging light. I'm not turning into a light, I don't need it to illuminate, but I wanted a wall sculpture because we have that beautiful green tiled wall and we need something to kind of balance that visually. When we're designing a space, we want to create visual balance, and you can do asymmetrical balance or symmetrical balance. Asymmetrical balance is when you use different items to occupy the same amount of space, but you don't have perfect symmetry, right? So that's what we're doing. I normally am a fan of symmetry. I'm not gonna wreck the whole other column in the house. So what I did is I ordered a bunch of wiffle balls, and basically I'm gonna zhuzh them up, string them together, and make a nice hanging wall sculpture. So let's get on that now. hadn't touched anything like this in months, and for a second, staring at all of these wiffle balls that didn't look like anything yet, that same voice came back, the one that made me quietly stop doing this in the first place. This looks stupid. You don't know what you're doing. But I took a pause, I turned on my new favorite show, The Buccaneers, and I just let it happen. Instead of looking at the whole thing, the thing I didn't actually know how to make yet, I broke it down. Tape the holes, paint the balls to match the rim, string them up on the wire, just the next step, not the whole beast. This looks stupid. I'm sure you guys are judging the quality of my nails, but I haven't had an opportunity to do them. I've been so busy, but I do my own gel-X, so we'll get them done. But I'm starting by just taking the command strip and I'm just adhering this to the side of the wall so that it looks nice and continuous. And I did it up top as well. And honestly, I'd planned for much, I think, smaller waves, but now that I'm kind of seeing the vibes of this, and you want to make sure the bottom is pushed all the way in, I think I want them to be a little bit more substantive, and then I'm going to use some recycling to kind of like keep the mold, if that makes sense. And the first time I did this, I put the command strips at the very top, but I don't think that that works because we're not sitting directly on top of the trim. So part of the way down is a little bit better. And now I'm just using hot glue to adhere the two different sheets of pole wrap so that it looks a little bit more continuous. And then I tried to hot glue it to the wall, and that was a major mistake. I was really trying to avoid using any nails, but I did end up throwing one nail in the middle here as well, just to make sure things stayed in place. And now I'm just connecting some cardboard so that I can use it as a mold for the waves to make sure that I'm putting the command strips at the right places and I'm making the pole wrap tight enough. And then I'm going to take the cardboard out. And like I said, we're going to take things to the next level. So I bought these, I just charged them and took a lunch break, but you can change the type of light. You can make it green, you can make it blue, whatever. I'm not gonna do any of that. I'm just gonna do warm lighting. And they have a magnet on the back. Of course you can like drill, but I'm just gonna use the peel and stick feature, and I'm going to embed them in this middle one, these middle two, because I'm gonna have a gallery wall that's centered on the wall. And so I wanna make sure that those artworks are well illuminated. And this is battery operated, but pole wrap is so thin, or at least mine is so thin, that the remote works through it. So I don't have to worry about like sticking my hand down there to keep things all lit up. And I know it doesn't seem like much right now because it's the middle of the day and I live way up in the sky, but it should be a vibe at nighttime, and if not, you can just skip this step. Let me put down some masking tape behind this, because I do think that this adhesive will probably hurt the wall, and I don't want that, because very, very exciting news. We actually just found out when the house is gonna be done, like as I was filming this, which is kind of crazy. It's gonna be on time, which is so great. So I'm not gonna end up doing the bedroom here, so I guess the living room and the kitchen are gonna be the full shebang at this house, but who knows? Who knows with me? We did order a bed here, cause like our backs, like I was like, oh babe, we'll sleep on the floor. Babe was like, no, I'm not made for that, I'm not built for that, which is so funny. She couldn't take it, she couldn't hang. And there was a YouTube comment saying that I'm not letting babe choose anything. I fear you guys are forgetting that like we text and she does come home, so she could be like, I don't like it, and then we throw it out the window. But if I had to wait for her to come home before I made any decision, I'd be waiting a long time. I'd be waiting a long time. And that's okay. I respect the hustle. I do. So these are supposed to sit for 24 hours before you try it. It's probably gonna fall, especially since I did the masking tape. But, oh, ooh la la. Illumination, illumination. If you guys don't have kids, you probably like won't get the joke. It literally doesn't seem like anything, but see, you can change the color. Okay, I can dim it and then I can brighten it. Oh, that bright is nice. Oh yeah, that's nice, that's nice. So I'm gonna do one here and one here, and that's it. Because these were actually like $40 for this set of 2, which I think is not cheap. Now that the wall is done, I want to start adding art. I got this really awesome painting. I have to like blur out the nipples because I'm gonna get flagged here on YouTube and I want you guys to be able to see it, right? So I'm gonna tape over it with masking tape, but I really want this painting to be the star of the show. I went to just the most darling is not the right word. I went to the best vintage fest that I've been to, and I got this painting there. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should. Well, you should generally, but if you're in Philly, you should follow me because I post home decor and arts related events in my group, in my broadcast channel, so that you know the events are happening ahead of time so that you can go to them. But if you're looking for cool art like online on Etsy and stuff, you should follow my Substack. I write there 3 times a week. I love to write. I talk about my background. I talk about how to make money doing interior design content, because I think that there's a lot of gatekeeping, but everyone can make money. Especially I'm all about like women empowerment, and content creation is the #1 industry where women make more money than men. And there's a huge earning potential in this space. I actually just wrote an article about how I made $2,700 on my worst performing video in a really, really long time. And that's not from like a brand sponsorship or anything like that. So I go in depth on like how you can make money, and I think really, really good money from things like this, doing what you love. But I also share like art and things like that. I just did an article about this amazing artist. Her name is Brooke Foster. She goes by Brofaz. She's based in the UK, and she has this incredible series called Vivarium, where she demonstrates the female experience and like the sense of confinement you feel during your menstrual cycle, and also just like how being a woman and the female experience is so confining in society, because we're very much so put into this box, and it's not a box that anyone who doesn't have a period can understand. The artist's name is Jane Lee. But look at this amazing painting. It's just glorious, right? So it's not framed. I'm not gonna have it framed quite yet, I don't think. I do wanna wait until we get into the new house. But it's so gorgeous, and it reminds me of this piece that my grandmother did when I was younger. And she gave it away before I could tell her I really want that. It was actually featured in the Baltimore Sun. And so I saw it and I was like, this reminds me so much of my grandmother. I've got to pick it up. So I picked it up, and I have a few other paintings, but I want this to kind of be the anchor. So I want to get this up first. But I guess I'm just like not quite sure how they attach this block. It looks like they just used a ton of hot glue to string this up. That makes me like kind of nervous though. But here is the painting. In terms of style, it's just like right on the money. In terms of what I like, I will say her butt's kind of weird, but maybe she had like lipedema or something, which is fine and it's human. But besides that, I think it's great and I really love it. And I want it to be the anchor of this room. Instead of making a rush decision though, let's measure it. Okay, it's 30 by 40. I can definitely find a frame for this. So maybe I'll go to Michael's, not today, because I don't have time, and get a frame. But let me show you the other artworks that I plan to put in this gallery wall. I do not buy art that goes together. I mean, if it does, that's nice, but that is not how I select my artwork. So if you're expecting that of me, prepare to be disappointed. But here are the artworks that are going in here so far, and I think I'm gonna pick up a few more from Marketplace and stuff. First up, we have this portrait my grandmother did of me when I was, I think, maybe 8 or 9. So not recent, but younger Kiva. I just purchased this from an artist named Alexander Ortega, I believe, based in Philadelphia, also I believe, but I got this for 180 bucks at the Art for Cash pour event here in Philly. And then this is another one of his. One of my favorite artists is named Lee Johnson, and this really reminded me of them, obviously with Ortega's own twist. So I love that here. Yeah, I just choose art that I gravitate towards. And you can see I'm very much so about people. I don't actually really enjoy abstract art as much these days unless I know, I guess, the story behind it. But these all really, really spoke to me. So that's great. And I don't have any of my art from my other house. So don't be like, where are your Kadirs? They're at my house. This is such a good ladder. It's like pretty narrow or shallow, but it like fits in all the tight corners. Like I was like, where is the damn ladder? But it was under the bed. And like there are 50 million things under the bed because so many things fit. Here I am, I'm up in the sky. Ooh, ooh, man, am I shaking and quaking from exercise. Okay, what do you guys think of that? Well, let me hold it up and then I'll come watch the clip and then see how I feel. Having watched back the footage, I think I like it in like the U shape. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do like a partial U shape. So I don't want it to be just like this. I think that's too predictable. I want like, I'll connect it there. So Babe was like, you should do this with string. No, I shouldn't because the string would snap. It would have snapped, my love, snapped. I really hope that from this series, you feel like you're starting to get to know me more. I feel like I'm not dishonest, but I feel like I don't show my true self. Like, because I want to always show up as the best version of myself. But the best version of myself doesn't have to be perfect, right? The best version of myself can be the most honest version of myself or the most fun version of myself. I mean, you know, it can mean so many different things, and sometimes I forget that. I know this would be more cinematic if I had the windows open, but it's been like 105 degrees and I literally cannot afford the air conditioning. I cannot, and it barely works because it's so hot outside. I'm definitely scared. But that's what this project is all about, trying things that are scary. And today I had someone on Instagram actually like really be like, I hate the way this is turning out. And like, it really got me down. And then I was like, wait, that is not what this project is about. Did I block that person? Yes, because she could have said it nicer and she was really rude. But I remember that I'm doing this project for me to try every crazy idea that I have, and that doesn't mean that it's gonna be executed beautifully or perfectly, and that doesn't mean that everybody's gonna like it, but it's gonna mean that I trusted myself enough to do something that I ordinarily wouldn't have the courage to do, and that is well worth it. There's no way this is gonna stay. Can't decide if I want to fix these kind of ones that are like messed up, but honestly, it kind of reminds me of like messed up chromosomes, and you're probably like, what a horrible vision to enjoy. But my wife is a scientist, as you guys know, and that's what she's all about. So honestly, it kind of like makes me think of her, which is a sweet sentiment, at least it is to me, you know. But you can also, as I've discovered in this 30-second period, just move the balls around. It's not finished, but it's up, and the beast ended up being a bunch of dumb, small steps that I was afraid to start. In the next episode of Moving Diaries, we are going to finish this up, and we're going to get the gallery wall up on the wall, and I think it will even be time for a final living room reveal. To tune in and see how things turn out, be sure to smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you next Monday for episode 4.